हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम बैक टू द अनदर न्यू सीरीज ऑफ पेपर 20C। जहाँ पे मैं पेपर 20C का फिर से एक रिवीजन सीरीज लेके आ रहा हूँ। बट इस सीरीज में कुछ नया होने वाला है जो है आई विल कवर द एंटायर इंस्टीट्यूट मॉड्यूल along with my summary notes. Okay, so in this video I am going to discuss the first topic, that is entrepreneurial skill sets. But before going to the topic, I want to clarify something which is very much important for all of you, those who are preparing the paper 20C by in your own way or through your, like by reading these books and all without referring any teachers. So I request all of you to follow my lectures religiously. Once I complete the entire paper 20C with all of you, I hope it will give you an extra edge. It will give you an very good marks if you follow my instruction, if you follow my directions. And I will try to keep these videos in Hindi and English both so that I can cover the entire students. Those who are from southern region, they can also get benefit from these videos. Okay. So if you follow my earlier videos, that is also okay. But if you follow my these videos from this video onwards, so I will request you to complete this series so that you can get the entire benefit. And don't worry, just follow my lecture, just follow my instructions. I can ensure you that you will get a good marks. And no need to pay anything to anyone. Just follow my videos, just follow my lectures. I think it will more than enough to score a decent and good marks in this paper. I hope it will be crystal and clear. And the videos will go like once I complete the entire module, I will also share my summary notes. So if you want to see, I can share with all of you, or I can show you my notes. Right now, it is in a preparation mode, so I can't share the notes with all of you. Once I completed the summary notes, I will also share these notes with all of you. Okay, so you can see that how I'm going to prepare these notes for all of you so that you can read once and complete the entire paper 20C one day before exam and as well as for your own revision purpose. Okay, so just follow my lecture, just follow my instruction, and whatever I am going to highlight in these videos, please do highlight with me so that it will help you in future, so that the important point you no need to come up again and see these videos. Okay, so I hope it will very much clear to all of you. And once I completed the entire summarized notes of the paper 20C, which is the new one, I will share with you that how you will get these notes. Okay, and don't worry, it is completely free, so no need to pay anything. But I want to clarify that. Give me some times because I also doing this with my parallel other things. Okay, so I hope it will be clear for all of you, and I hope it will help you. So let's start today's session, that is entrepreneurial skill set of module 1. That is module 1 of the paper 20C. Just do one thing, just if you see these videos, just take out your book and highlight with me, because I'm going to highlight the important things and which is relevant for the exam, which is important for the exams. See, this is the paper which is not a theoretical, but in our questions, if we see from the past years, we can see that it will more of a practical and it will more of a case study based questions which will come up. So if we clear our concept, we will able to get a good marks. Okay, so let's start today's session, that is entrepreneurial skill set. Okay, just highlight with me and listen my words, listen my concepts so that it will give you an overall idea, and after that you can studies in your own way and you will get a good marks, I can ensure you. So the first start with introduction, that is the entrepreneurial skill sets. The introduction of the entrepreneurial skill sets, there is a first quote that is very much important from the MCQ point of view, that entrepreneurship is neither a science nor an art, it is a practice. Which is said by whom? Which is said by Peter F. Drucker. Very much important because MCQ में पूछा जाता है. Okay, so MCQ के लिए that is very much important, so please highlight this. And then came to the this part. There are four key concepts of entrepreneurship. So there are four key concepts of entrepreneurship. One is innovation, second is risk taking, third is vision, fourth is organization. Please do highlight these things with me so that it will give you an overall idea and also give you the edge that which is important for the exam point of view, which is more frequently asked questions in exams. So please do highlight with me. Okay, if you have a book, then please do highlight with me in this video so that I can complete the module as well as I can give you an summarize note once we have completed the entire series. Don't worry at all. So there are four key concepts of entrepreneurship which are as follows. So one is innovation, second is risk taking, third is vision, and fourth is organization. See, these papers are very much easy because we already studied these things in our plus two exams in BSTs. In our graduation also we studied these things. So it is the combination of entrepreneurship, business studies, and other things as well. So if we, you know, holistically see these things, we can see that it will be very much easier paper and to score a good marks or decent marks, giving a lesser time compared to other subjects. So give, if we give 3 or 4 hours to this paper, it will give you more marks compared to other paper. So what are the entrepreneurship? Entrepreneurship comes under that involves decision making. So what entrepreneurship can be explained as it involves decision making, very much important, innovation, implementation, forecasting of the future, independency and success. So what is the entrepreneurship means? Entrepreneurship involves the decision making, the innovation, the implementation, the forecasting. Similarly, it is also a discipline with a knowledge based theory, very much important. It is a discipline with a knowledge based theory. So entrepreneurship is a discipline in relation to a knowledge based theory, right? So it's a discipline with a knowledge based theory and outcome of complex socio-economic, psychological, technological, legal, and other factors. Next is it's a dynamic and risky process. We already know that because we already see these points are covered over here. So it's a dynamic and risky process. It involves a fusion of capital. Fusion means a combination of what? Combination of capital, technology, human talent. So it's a fusion. It involves a fusion of capital, technology, and human talent. So it's a fusion. It's a mixture. Fusion means mixture or combinations. So it's a combination of capital, technology, human talent. Entrepreneurship is equally applicable, important. Entrepreneurship is equally applicable to big and small businesses, to economic and non-economic activities. Okay, so it's a equally applicable to big and small economic and non-economic activities. Next, entrepreneurship is a process and it is not a combination of some stray incidents. So it's not just an incident, it's a process. It's an ongoing or continuous process, right? So it's a process. Important. Next, we already know that just read these things, which is not important. Whatever the important point I have already highlighted, right? So just read that entrepreneurship is a creative activity. You already know that it's a creative activity. It is the ability to create and build something from practically nothing, right? It is a knack of sense opportunity where others see chaos and confusion. Very important. That is also important. Please highlight with me. It's a knack of what? It's a knack of sensing opportunities where the others see chaos and confusion. So we can see that where there is a problem, there is a way to come up with a new idea, to come up with a new inventions. So it is in predefined like a startup or like that you can call, right? So what are the main foundation? Main foundation is if there is something is there, if there is anything which is not soluted or solved, so there is a way to build innovations or to build a startup so that we can get out of that kind of a problem, right? And come up with a new solution. So it's a knack of sensing opportunity where others see chaos and confusion. Next, it is made up of activity. It is made up of what? It is made up of activities to conceive and create and run an enterprise. That is important. So what is that? It is made up of activities to conceive and create and run an enterprise. Entrepreneurship is again an important point. It's a dynamic process. It's a dynamic process of vision, change, and creation. So if in an exam it came like discuss the entrepreneurship. So we can say in such a way, listen, no need to mug up or ratify these things to the point or line by line. It's not an a law. It's not an law. It's a subject which we can explain in our own sentence, in our own words. So we can say that entrepreneurship involves decision making, innovation, implementation, forecasting of the future independency and success. And it is also a discipline with a knowledge-based theory and outcome of complex socio-economic, psychological, technological, legal, and other factors. Next, we can say that the features of the entrepreneurship. It's a dynamic and risky process. It involves a fusion of capital, technology, human talent. Entrepreneurship is equally applicable to big and small businesses and to economic and non-economic activity. Right? It's an ongoing process, which is a knack of sensing opportunity where others see chaos and confusion. And the last point, we can say that entrepreneurship is a dynamic process of vision, change, and creation. So with this, we can complete this part. Okay, I hope it will be very much clear to all of you. Next, the next point is the building the entrepreneurial quotient. So we all happen, we tend to become, aware of the intelligent quotient. So what do you mean by IQ? What do you mean by EQ? That is also important thing. So EQ is the entrepreneurial quotient. Now, entrepreneurial skills are important. So what are the entrepreneurial skills? Just highlight with me. That is a risk-bearing capacity, innovative skills, perseverance, imitation of re-engineering skills, responsibility, and alternates to new opportunities. So these are the important skill set which is required for entrepreneurial, right? Next, why do people become an entrepreneur? Very much important. Exam mein, it can be asked. Okay, so just important. But remember these things. In these things, we need to remember the pointers, not no need to remember the explanations which is given in this book. Okay, just remember the point. So I can write here for all of you. Remember the point. You can write in your own way. So no need to mug up these things. Okay. First thing is that be your own boss. Be your own boss. Now, many entrepreneurs can be their own boss because either they had a long time ambition to own their own firm or because they have become frustrated working in a traditional jobs. Very much easy. I think it is self-explanatory in nature. Next, purpose or pursue their own ideas. Next is what is the reason of the entrepreneurship? Be your own boss. Second is pursue their own ideas. The second reason people start their own firm is to pursue their own ideas, right? If the idea is visible enough to support a business, people commit a tremendous time and energy to converting the idea into a part-time or full-time firm. Very much important. So whatever the idea that we can, thought of, we should see that whether this idea is much more realistic or not. If it is realistic and if it is that kind of a self-driven, or if it is kind of a thing which is, impact the society, impact the socio-economic culture, then it will be helpful. So pursue their own ideas is also another point. Next is pursue financial reward. Again, important, right? So what are the four specific motivations for such kind of a financial reward? Four specified motivations are important: to make a difference in the world, to build great wealth or very high income, to continue a family tradition, and to earn a living because jobs are scarce. So these are the important point. And यहाँ पे और एक चीज आप लोगों को याद रखना चाहिए, that some people are naturally alert, and when they recognize idea for a new product or services, they have a desire to see those ideas realized, right? So people start their own farm to pursue financial rewards. So highlight this point also. This motivation, however, is typically secondary to the first two. and often fails to live up to its hype. Okay, so these are important. So pursue their financial rewards. So pursue financial reward is there. Pursue their own idea is one of the point. Their own boss is also one of the important point. Next, acha, I will give one small task to all of you. Just read this entrepreneurial framework conditions. Okay, just read it once or twice. I think it will be enough to complete this module because this is the thing which are not that much of important. It can be asked in MCQ, but see, these the things which is only you can remember if you read once or twice or thrice. No need to mug up or no need to recall these things because if you give your time or energy in such things, I think that is not a good way to learn or to score a good marks in this kind of subjects, right? So we need to be a smart so that we can get that kind of a score which are we desire and which is also impact our overall group. Secondly, commercial and professional infrastructure. I also request you to read this point. Now, the important is the mental barriers, sorry, barriers of the entrepreneurship, which is very much important from the exam point of view. Okay, so barriers to entrepreneurship, very much important from exam point of view. Now, what are the barriers? The one barrier is mental barriers. Now, mental barriers क्या होता है? Mental barrier is a limiting belief or assumption that we have about ourselves in regard to our ability, potential, self-worth. So we all often tend to become, doubt in our own potential. That is a mental barrier. So we all can see these things in our real life as well. We also, feel that whether we are able to clear the exam, whether we are able to get that kind of a dream job, whether we are able to get that kind of a dream position. So these are the sign of the mental barriers. These are the sign of the mental barriers. So please remember these things as well. So mental barrier is a limiting belief or assumption that we have about ourselves in regard to our ability, potential, self-worth. So what are the mental barriers? Not interested in business. The first point is there. In different countries, people are not interested in doing business. They prefer job as risk are comparatively less. Job also offer a secured income, especially in government sector. Second is lack of taking decision to start any venture. People are thinking that unless they acquire knowledge and skill about business and its operation, they will not be able to start a new venture. That is also another mental block. So that the thing is that we should move ahead. Okay. Until and unless you start your journey, you will not be able to get to know that whether you are able to reach that or not. So it's kind of a proverb we already see that. So हम लोगों को गाड़ी तो निकालना होगा ना. हम लोग ये अगर सोचेंगे कि once the all the signals will be green, then we can start our journey, then we can start our driving. That is not possible, right? So there is a red light, there is a yellow light, there is a green light. So we need to face all these things in our real life as well, in our day-to-day life as well. So we need to move ahead. We need to start our own journey. So that is also another mental block. Lack of confidence in business, lack of knowledge of available businesses, opportunities is another mental barrier. Disapproval of family and friends. Obviously, we already knew that our parents are all, sometimes they also feel that the business is not a safe thing because it not give you a fixed or a secure kind of a things that you are getting a monthly income. Sometimes it may happen that you will not be able to earn a single penny, or sometimes it may happen that you'll earn a 2 months income at a once, right? So that is also one of the point. So these are the barriers of the entrepreneurial skills or entrepreneurships. Next is other barriers. Other barriers are, so see, just read the points and the in between you can write in your own sentence or whatever I've told you. If you also remember these things, you will be able to get a good score. Okay. So next is other barriers. Now other barriers is the lack of variable or viable concept. So that is the second thing. Inability of commercial applications. That is also another point. Lack of market knowledge. So if we thought about starting a new things, we should also acquire the market knowledge. We should also acquire the industry knowledge. We should also acquire the operational knowledge, how the industry works. So it is not possible that once we decided we will start our own venture. Before starting our own venture, we should also think these things, whether the product or services that we are going to offer, whether there is a market of that product or not. So these are the things that we should also, you know, see that whether these are the points or whether these are the things are there or not. Then we can decide. So lack of market knowledge, lack of technical knowledge, lack of speed, seed of capital or working capital, right? Lack of motivation, lack of constraint and regulations, lack of business know-how, monopoly and protectionisms. These are also point, right? So these are the barriers of the entrepreneurship. Okay. Next is another important thing, that is a risk to an entrepreneur. What are the risks involved in entrepreneur? Again, important. So there are 5 risks that entrepreneurs takes when they begin or starting their business. First is founder risk. Now, what do you mean by founder risk? Founder risk considered who the founders of the company are. That is itself a founder risk. So who the founders of the company are, if they are get along, and how they will work for the company. This is called founder risk. So it's an inherent risk. We already studied inherent risk in audit. So it's a kind of an inherent risk. The founder itself is a risk. How he lead or she lead that company or organization, that is also on a founder risk. Second is product risk. Product risk taken into account that engineers creating a new product for the business and how they will recruit other product engineers. That is called product risk. Next is market risk. Market risk looks at problems you are solving with your product and how consumers will react. So how the consumers react on the basis of the product that you are launch. That is called a market risk. Competition risk. Competition risk looks at how you differ from other similar organizations and companies. That is called competition risk. And the sales execution risk. See, ultimately everything falls in place when we are achieve our targeted sales, right? So sales execution risk helps you look at how at sell your product to consumers by presenting them a solution to their problem, right? So these are the 5 risks of the entrepreneurship: founder risk, product risk, market risk, competition risk, sales execution risk. Okay, important again. Just read these things and you can write in your own sentence, no problem. But always remember the pointer and the heading should be same. Okay. Next is process in entrepreneurship. So what are the process? That is also basic things. If you brainstorm, or if you little bit thought on these things, you can write in your own words or sentences. What are the process involves? First is steps is generate an idea, obvious. So solve a problem for people or create a product or service that fills a need. Next is step 2, do some market research. Make a study to look into what others are already doing in this field and figure out if demand is strong or not. Third is step 3, make a plan. Design your product or services, outline the steps it will take to build your business and your brand. Step 4 is arrange your finances. Does your business need cash to get started? If so, consider your assets, loans, and crowdfunding and other potential sources. Don't worry, crowdfunding will be learned in our later classes. Okay. Step 5 is do the legal formalities. Select the name of your firm, create a website, file for any licenses, choose your business structure. So these are the basic things. We already knew that if you're working in any firms or any CA firms, CMA firms, any industrial training, you already knew all these things. Okay. Next, step 6 is marketing of your product and services. Start promoting of your business online in social media. We already knew that the influencers we are right now in YouTube, in Instagram, in Facebook. So these are the things, and also creating a budget. Advertising budget is also important nowadays. Okay, because these are the matters which are impact in your business as well, directly and indirectly. Next is Okay, entrepreneur in focus, Jeff Bezos of Amazon. If you want to wish to read these things, you can read it, because once you have completed these things, it will give you an historical idea ki how Jeff Bezos start his Amazon business. Okay, so just read it. That's enough for these things. Next is important myths about entrepreneurship and startup. Now, what are the myths involved in entrepreneurship and startup? See, every myths क्या है इसका? Every entrepreneurial adventure follow different roads. The challenges that crop up along with the way are often similar. The challenges faced by the entrepreneurs who are embarking on the startup journey meet as a rule of thumb that get tossed around the startup world if it's gospel, but it's actually mental trap to an entrepreneur. So some examples of the myths are: you have to build a $1 billion company. That is also one of the myth. Hire the most experienced people you can find. That is also one of the myth. Raise the little money as possible. That is also one of the myth. Focus, focus, focus. Fail fast, pivot quickly. So these are the myths which are talking, or which are and goes around in our startup world. So we can see that the important part of this topic, if I also highlighted these things, I can say with all of you, just why do people become entrepreneur, very important for exam point of view. So just start these things. Next is barriers to entrepreneurship. Start this point. Next, risk to an entrepreneur. Start this point. Process, not that important, but just read once. So I give 2 star. 3 star is highly important. Okay, 2 star is mid important, not that much, but okay, okay. And that's all. So just read these things once, twice, thrice, and also important these things. These are this point. So I'll highlighted the important points. I had marked the important topics of this. First, entrepreneurial skills, and I also prepared these notes with for all of you. So once I completed this entire summarized notes, I will share with all of you. Don't worry at all. You can see that how I prepared these things. So if you want to see that, like, कोर डायमेंशन क्या है एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप का, वॉट एवर यू स्टडीड ना, यू कैन रिलेट राइट नाउ. सी फटाफट एक बार गो थ्रू करते हैं. राइट, अ माइंडसेट ऑफ इनोवेशन एंड प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग. वी स्टडीड the fusion of capital, technology, human talent, a process that is systematic, organized, forward looking, a creative activity that finds opportunity amidst uncertainty, a discipline shaped by economic, social, legal, and psychological forces. So if you see this chart, foundations of entrepreneurial success, क्या क्या होना चाहिए इसके अंदर, राइट? फर्स्ट इज इनोवेशन एंड प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग होना चाहिए, रिसोर्स फ्यूजन होना चाहिए, सिस्टमेटिक प्रोसेस होना चाहिए, क्रिएटिव अपॉर्चुनिटी होना चाहिए, इन्फ्लुएंशियल प्रोसेस होना चाहिए. So these are the factors. Next is entrepreneurial quotient. What do we know entrepreneurial quotient? Not just an IQ measures intelligence. The entrepreneurial quotient measures the ability to question, innovate, execute. Entrepreneurs with a high IQ are skilled in leadership, time management, business strategy, creative thinking, and resilience. At its heart, entrepreneurship began and end with the customer. A high EQ ensures that entrepreneurs can anticipate need, navigate challenges, and build lasting value. Why people choose entrepreneurship? Independence first is, innovation के लिए second, third is financial reward के लिए. We already studied these things. So pathway to entrepreneurial success क्या होना चाहिए? Independence होना जरूरी है, innovation इनोवेटिव होना जरूरी है, फाइनेंशियल रिवॉर्ड वो भी मिलना जरूरी है. अच्छा, इकोसिस्टम में क्या क्या नर्चर करेगा एंटरप्रेन्योर को? फाइनेंसेस, एबिलिटी एंड एक्सेसिबिलिटी ऑफ स्टार्टअप फंड, पॉलिसी एंड प्रोग्राम सपोर्टिव, regulations, government initiatives, Education is also important. Entrepreneurial exposure at schools, higher institutions, R&D infrastructure, converting research into business with affordable professional support, cultural norms, a society that celebrate risk taking and innovations. सो जैसे कि entrepreneurial framework conditions में क्या क्या आएगा, कल्चरल नॉर्म्स आएगा, फाइनेंस आएगा, पॉलिसी प्रोग्राम्स आएगा, R&D इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर आने वाला है, एडुकेशन आने वाला है, राइट? नाउ व्हाट आर द बैरियर्स? वी ऑलरेडी स्टडीड दिस थिंग्स. मेंटल बैरियर इज देयर, प्रैक्टिकल बैरियर्स इज देयर, राइट? जैसे कि entrepreneurs also 5 major risk involves founder risk, product risk, market risk, competition risk, sales execution risk. So what do you mean by sales execution risk? Conversion determines profitability. That's the risk impact. Competition risk is the crowding hinders market shares. Market risk is acceptance drives market penetration. Product risk is feasibility impacts product feasibility. Founder risk is misalignment or threatness early stages. These are the risk impact. Okay. So see, I have made these notes for all of you so that you will be able to complete the entire paper of paper 20C one day before exam. So once we have complete the entire module, we also complete the entire paper 20C summarized notes with all of you, and I will share these things entirely with you. So don't worry, just follow my lectures, just follow my instructions. I hope it will give you an extra edge and you will be able to complete the entire paper 20 with me. Okay, I will upload one by one video. Don't worry at all. So today we have completed the introduction part and the building the entrepreneurial quotient. I hope it will be helpful for all of you, and please do comment in the video and also share with your friends, those who are study these things in your own. And I appreciate all of you that you are choose your giving that kind of a effort and time, and also choose this paper because these are very scoring paper. Many people don't know, but I telling you these things, very much scoring and very much easier to complete the entire syllabus compared to other paper. Okay, so I hope it will help you and I hope it will give you an overall idea about the paper 20C. And don't worry at all. Okay, we will complete the entire paper 20C one by one module wise along with our summarized notes. And once I completed the entire modules, I will share the summarized notes with all of you. So I hope this series help you, each and everyone, those who are preparing this paper 20C by their own way or through self-study. Just follow my instruction, just highlight the point that are, highlighted through this series. I hope it will give you an extra edge, and please share your thought, please share your opinion so that I can also come up with the more and more new videos, and also share your feedback that how much it will help you and how I can also come up with another videos and another sources which will help you to score a good marks and decent marks, because those who are doing it in their own way and through self study, I know that how much effort you are giving in these things. So it will give you an extra edge, it will give you an extra push that you will be able to give a good, and you will be able to get a good score in your paper. So I hope it will help you, and please do comment your thought, your opinion, your feedback in the video. I hope I will come up with another series side by side, and don't worry, I will complete this series paper 20C with all of you with your all support. Just share these videos with your friend, with your colleague, okay, those who are preparing this paper. I hope it will give you an extra edge. Thank you, all of you, and please, please, please share these videos with your friends, your colleagues, your all the persons you know that they have studied. So that will also give you an extra kind of a things that okay, I also studied these things with this teacher, or I can share these things with you so that it can will help both of them. Okay, and also help me as well, because obviously my intention is to reach more and more students, and my intention to help more and more CMA students, those who are preparing for CMA finals in upcoming sessions, okay, and upcoming terms. Thank you all of you, thank you very much. for listening my videos, for supporting me. And please follow my instruction, follow my series religiously. I will tell you that you will be able to score a decent and good marks. Thank you. God bless you. Bye bye. Take care. Okay. And don't worry, I will share the summarized notes once I completed with all the entire notes. Okay. So don't worry at all. Okay. Bye bye. Take care. God bless you.